A common myth associated with rest is that it's laziness. And that is just simply false. It's so not true. If you're just tuning in, I'm in the middle of a 30-part series, and I'm talking about 30 things I've learned over the last 10 years, and rest has been one of them, and understanding the value of rest, because I know, like, yeah, you gotta rest. Yeah, rest is important. Yeah, you should do that. It's a great suggestion, right? But we don't actually see rest as a discipline and something that we need, just like celebration, okay? We need rest just as much as we do celebration. Our bodies need rest. And I'm not just talking about the 8 hours of sleep every night, okay, or 6 hours, or I'm not talking about the daily rest that we do, okay? That is important. It is important to be sleeping, to get good quality sleep. I'm talking about rest whenever it pertains to our week and taking time off and time away from the work. And I'm talking about annual vacations. I'm talking about rest, stepping away from the work and resting. Okay? This is important. Why do we need to step back from work? What is the value in this? And I think that we can all probably see the value and know the benefits. But we for whatever reason we don't do it. There's a lot of things that keep us from resting, even though we see the value, we see the benefits. So first I'm going to dive into the benefits, and then I'm going to talk about the reasons why we just don't do it, even though we know it's good for us. So first of all, resting actually fuels creativity. So if you are ever at a place in business, or even maybe in your day where you're just like, I am out of ideas, I have creative fatigue, I don't even know what to do right now. Well, that's a sign that you need to kind of step back. You need a break. And so sometimes we need to work in that daily rest to kind of give our brain a chance to reset. But just taking a step back every week helps us to come into the next week with new creative and fresh ideas. Rest actually improves problem solving. Have you ever noticed whenever you take a step back from a problem and just kind of gain, again, perspective, and you reapproach it, you're able to see a solution and focus? Yeah, that happens. I know we do that with our boys. They are, they're in the middle of a math lesson and they find something that's struggling, they don't understand it. We will often tell them, okay, just take a step back, clear your mind, get some perspective, and then revisit it. And they can often see how to fix the problem and how to solve the problem. This is what rest does for us. This is what daily rest, this is what weekly rest, this is what annual rest does for us, is it helps us solve problems. Rest enhances focus. No surprise there, right? You're like, yeah, well, whenever I feel rested, I feel like I can focus better. Yeah, this is not surprising. Like I said, these things and these benefits, we know what they do. We know what rest can do for us, but we just don't do it. Rest also helps us stay in love with what we do. It sustains a long-term passion. If we're constantly in this rat race, we're going to start hating it after a while. We're just going to get tired of it, and we're going to quit altogether. So if you do not rest, you're going to end up hating what you do, because that is all you are ever going to do. Okay, so we know these benefits. We know that it helps us solve problems. We know that it helps us focus. We know that it enhances our creativity. We know that it just keeps our passion for what we do alive, and that it's even good for us mental health and our physical health. Why don't we do it? So why don't we do it? Number one is we don't see the value in it. Okay, because we always see that there's work to do. And it's not like rest isn't something that you deserve. Rest is something you need. Okay? Rest is something you need, which is probably why it's more of a discipline, because it's something our body needs versus something we deserve. Okay? We have to have rest. The other thing that keeps us from resting is poor time management. Yes, I said it. It's poor time management. Because if you are not managing your time well during the day, it's chaos. And you're doing whatever you want, whenever you want, at all hours of the day. People have access to you 24/7. You're responding to messages late at night. So you have poor time management. You have poor boundaries in place. And that keeps you from resting, because if your days are chaotic, your week is going to be chaotic. You're not going to have time for rest because you can't even get a session done, or you can't even get work done during the day because you're so distracted because you've managed your time so poorly. That is probably the biggest thing that keeps us from resting. Okay? It keeps us from what we need. It just keeps us in a constant state of chaos. All right? And so if that is you, that is your sign that you need to take a step back and rest. You need to take a couple of days off. You need to rest, and you need to take a day and help yourself manage your time and plan your days so they are not chaotic, because you control what you do. You control your time. Just like when we budget and we tell our money where to go, we tell our time where to go. So you can't tell me you don't have time. You do have time. You have just managed it really poorly. Listen, rest has to be worked into our daily habits, our weekly routines, our weekly, monthly rhythms, our annual routines. Okay? Whether you like go on vacation with your family or you just do a staycation and you don't work for a week or two, it has to be done. Okay, because when you come back, because it doesn't actually like keep you from work, it actually propels the work, because you come back rested, you come back ready to go, and you come back ready to tackle it with a new frame of mind. And oftentimes you do it better. Okay, if you are not resting, your work is suffering. Your clients will suffer if you are not resting and taking that time that you need. So think about it from that perspective. If you do not take time to rest, it's actually going to affect your work. It's going to affect your relationships. And so it is actually vital for us to rest. So I hope after this video, you go take a nap or you go plan your schedule and make sure that you are scheduling time for rest. Make it a priority. And I promise you, if you start making rest a priority, you are going to see such a difference in your productivity level, and you're going to see such a difference in your life, in your relationships, in your business. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.